Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Ruben
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, bringing you the Tudor Beast Dragon, the second one.
the royal dragon, this one specifically. So there's just the Tudor dragon, this one's the royal dragon. It's one of the things that's been confusing me about this series, Michael. We kind of went, hang on a minute, I feel like we've done the dragon before. I know they've released the proof kind of different to the bullion. It's a bit all over the place, but there's a lot of people still following it, and there's been a lot of people saying, when is this coming through? And it feels like, I don't know. I don't know when the last Tudor unboxing we did, but it would have at least been 6 months, I think.
Feels like an eternity ago.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
So that's it. It's stretched out over multiple years, this series, so it is a multi-year series. But that's it, with, I think, a little bit, or it feels anyway, a little bit less of a predictable release schedule than something like the Perth Mint Luna that, we come to expect kind of around that September every year. We haven't caught up quite as much with this Tudor, but we are excited to see it. I believe we've got it in all varieties here, Michael. You're looking in there like you're staring into a fridge looking to, what could I possibly pull out of here?
It's just, it's a little bit like that. The problem is when you get an array of boxes like this, and you've got gold, platinum, silver 10 ounce, silver 1 ounce.
Yeah, which is which, and which do we start with?
So I thought, big box, it's got to be the 1 ounce. It's not.
Yeah,
so we're starting in the middle. We're starting with a 10 ounce.
I think that's a good one to kind of to get the design in as large a plancher as we will see. I think that's a good way to kick it off.
Well, I picked one of the smaller boxes. Well, that one's empty, so we're okay with that one. But I don't even know where to start with this one because I've stuck this odd box in here. The other three are monster boxes, so they're probably what they're sealed with.
Pick a box, any box.
This one could be just about anything, so I might be starting anywhere in the series for all I know.
I'll probably throw in a few of the older Tudor dragons just to keep us guessing,
Yeah, oh, please don't. Don't wish that on us. All right, this one is a 10 ounce. I don't know of which breed yet, but this is a 10 ounce. Here we go. Ah, look at that, and it's a dragon. Oh, that is very cool. So this is those that saw the, which dragon did we unpack the other day?
Like the rectangular.
Oh no, that was a rectangular dragon for LCS. So, which I made the comment about. It's a very Asian design dragon, which is kind of slimmer bodied. This is a very European design, which is what you'd expect from the UK Mint. And you can see there, I love what they've done with the neck and the tail, and the facial expression and the wings are fantastic, and the shield. They've left, which is actually true to form, they've left it without scale. And I reckon they missed an opportunity, but I think they've gone for what it actually is. And from memory, the Royal Dragon actually doesn't have the scale on the body.
Well, that's it. I think this one is supposed to be a Celtic dragon, this one.
Yeah. So, that's the 10 ounce. Where's the 1 ounce? So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put this one on the floor, if I can pick it up. It weighs quite a bit. Because I have a sneaking suspicion
Could be in that one.
Is in here.
Let's take a look. Oh, there.
No, actually,
these ones were heavier. I'm leaning towards these ones being 1
monster
ounces.
boxes. Yeah, I think you might be right.
So this is the 9th in a air quotes 10 coin series. There is always the idea that they will do a completer, so it could end up being an 11 coin series. But yeah, 9 of the 10 individual releases.
And this isn't a sealed monster box, so who actually knows what's in here?
Let's find out.
Geez, Royal Mint, you're making this hard work. Yeah.
I mean, they know by this point that the things they send to us are going to end up in an unboxing. So I'm sure at some point someone just goes, they'll figure it out on camera.
Yeah, that's right. Fix it up in post, isn't that what we usually say?
That's it.
So.
But yeah, as we've been saying, it's very interesting that the completer from the spiritual predecessor to this series has kind of become the term for a coin done at the end of the series that encapsulates all of them. The completer has become its own namesake a little bit, I think.
Yeah, and here we go, the 2 ounce, and I think I called it a 1 ounce before.
Yes, I think we both did. But yes, no, 2 ounce in this one. 2 ounce in the silver, 10 ounce in the silver, and 1 ounce gold, and 1 ounce platinum is what we're at least expecting.
This is one of those rare occasions where I actually prefer the smaller planchet over the larger one. I like the presentation of the shield in this one because they can blow the detail, but I actually think the Dragon looks better on the smaller, on the 2 ounce. And then, of course, you get that chunky feel in a 2 ounce from the Royal Mint because they use a 1 ounce size planchet that's twice as deep, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you've got this beautiful 2 ounce coin there.
I'm not sure if it's just the reflections as well, but it also feels like you're actually able to see the design a little bit better on that one as well. I think it is just the reflections because like you said, there isn't that texture within the scales and things like that. It is a very, very shiny and almost mirror finish kind of a coin, and so that's it. You do get a lot of the reflections when looking at the. If it wants to focus there, yeah, when looking at the one in the capsule there.
Yeah. And then you've got King Charles on the obverse.
The face value of £5.
That's the one.
So a little bit more generous than us Aussies when it comes to face values on coins.
Yeah.
What was I'm curious now, what was the one on a 10 on the 10 ounce? So it doesn't quite
better
equate.
Value in the 2 ounce.
You're better off getting the 2 ounce if you're chasing the face value.
Now, I'm going to take a punt. Oh, I've really got no clue what I'm doing here. We'll open one of these, we'll see what it says, and then we'll make a decision on where the last one is from there.
Yeah, I like how they've shipped these. It's a little mini tower of either presumably gold or platinum. But they're definitely separate boxes, Michael, and therefore I'm sure it breaks it up differently for shipping or insurance purposes.
We got in here.
Another box. A box within a box. A doll within a doll.
All right, now the question is, where does this one open?
Wherever you want it to with a knife, Michael.
Yeah, possibly.
Create your own entry.
Possibly.
I'm expecting for either the platinum or the gold, they're classic yellow tubes. I see a yellow tube.
Yeah, I forgot.
There's fractional as well. We really did get them all at once.
Oh dear, we're going to be opening all these boxes, so we might be cutting that size box. Oh, it's got in it is 2 tubes of quarters. Oh dear. No wonder I get confused by the end of the day.
Pile amassing over here. It's just like Christmas Day.
Oh dear. I remember one year doing that to my son where can't remember what we got him for a Christmas present, but it was fairly small, but I wrapped it up in multiple boxes and made it quite large. He didn't see the funny side.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to do it at least once there. There's a life lesson in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. All right, so there's your 1/4 ounce. Excuse all the crap stuck to my glove. I should have taken that off before I unpacked the boxes. Yeah, it looks good in the gold, doesn't it?
It does.
Then on the obverse. Okay, so you'll notice these are coming naked. They don't have capsules with them, either the 2 ounce or the 1/4 ounce. Now the 2 ounce, I'm just going to keep laying into these.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go.
The 1/4 ounce we probably don't have a firm fitting capsule for. So you'll probably find that comes in either an odd-sized capsule or... So we'll actually pack it ourselves. If you're just buying 1 or 2, I mean, if you buy a tube's worth, we're not going to, or even half a tube's worth, we'll just send you the tube.
Yep.
But if you're buying 1 or 2, you'll probably find we either put them into a capsule or more likely with the 1/4 ounce, they'll actually go into some form of a Ziploc bag just to try and, stop the fingerprints and that sort of stuff. With the 2 ounce, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, I think we do have capsules that fit these kind of pivot coins.
I'm fairly sure we do. So assuming we do, again, if you're buying 1 or 2, we'll certainly put them in a capsule. But if you're buying half a tube or a tube or whatever, then you'll find they'll come in the tube, which I always think is better to have the tube. In fact, what I love to do, and what a lot of our customers do, a lot of the Bullion Now family, is they buy a tube plus one.
Yes.
And then they get the plus one in the capsule so they can handle that one and show all their friends and all that sort of stuff. And the ones in the tube stay nice and sealed and safe. So we found a platinum 1 ounce.
We have.
So as you can tell, I'm going to be rude here and try and do that. So as you can tell, it's slightly smaller as you'd expect than the 2-ounce silver and quite a bit thinner. Design is still the same and looks really good. But the thing I did want to highlight is its similarity in colour, in straight look.
Very much so.
So this is particularly if you're putting these aside and possibly that your kids or somebody else might be selling this in the future, not you. Because if you're like me, you build up your stack, you never want to part with it. So I know that my kids are going to be the ones that sell my stack at the end of the day. So please, 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 however you store this, make sure that you write a note. Put it to the back of the capsule. Write a note. Put it in a bag next to it. Put it in the bag with it. Something along those sort of lines so that when someone comes along, they do not sell it as a silver coin. It is sold as a platinum coin and they get full value for it. Because we've had numerous cases, and we've spoken about it online a few times, where people have actually sold back things thinking it's silver.
Yeah.
And it's only when we've pointed it out, and I know that it's happened in other places.
It maybe hasn't been pointed out quite as quickly.
Yeah, and I can give you instances of those as well.
Yeah.
But unless the person buying it back is keen-eyed and honest, you may find they get a silver price for it instead of a platinum price. So, yeah, really emphasise that. Take that extra moment just to make sure you differentiate it from the rest of your silver stack.
The good thing about this one not having the 1 ounce silver in it is it does mean it does look a little bit different than the 2 ounce in terms of the depth of it, the width. And also really cool to see another mint producing a platinum product at all, Michael.
Yes.
We've been talking a little bit over the last little bit how through leasing rates and things like that, how Perth were predominantly the ones producing those platinum products. So it's cool to see Royal Mint still producing theirs as well.
They have, and they haven't completely jacked up the price on the platinum.
Yep.
Because of those leasing rates, which is really good to see. All right.
An orange tube there, Michael.
Yeah, I think this is an overflow. We've obviously ordered an odd amount.
I see.
Or they've only had an odd amount to send through to us, one or t'other. So this is, I believe this is the last one we're looking for. So I can stop opening boxes now. And this is the 1 ounce gold, which is always my favourite, but obviously it's the most expensive. So you can see very similar design to all the rest, but it appears in gold, and everything looks better in gold.
Oh, so you say that, but I feel like people could point to at least a couple of clips where you go kind of similar to how you did. I love the 10 ounce, but every now and then there is just a slightly smaller one that works. But no, it absolutely pops in gold. The same level of detail and even nicer than the 1/4 ounce version there, just popping that little bit more.
Well, it comes back to that old, and I know I contradict this in the silver version, but it's that larger planchet gives them that capacity, that space to actually blow the design up a bit and draw that extra detail out. So it always looks better on a bigger planchet, and when they're the same design, because I know the Perth Mint Luna, they're gold and silver are different designs.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have issues with that, but most of the time, and in this case especially, the gold actually pops a lot better with the design than obviously the silver, but it's slightly more price.
Indeed.
Alrighty, that's it. They are in stock. I know a lot of people have been clamouring for these, and we had several delays along the way, but they are here now. I don't believe we're going to get in a second batch. I think it'll be one and done. So if this is an important part of your collection or your stack, or you want it to be, my suggestion is get it sooner rather than later, because it happens frequently. You watch them online, and we watch them in the back-end system where we've got heaps of them, and they slowly trickle down, and then they get to a point where people start going, they're selling out, and it goes, zoom, and drops off a cliff, and then for the next 3 months we have people going, oh, I missed out on that.
Yeah.
And do you have any more? And it's like, oh, man, we had them in stock for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Seriously? We have them in stock now. Grab them while you can. We'll talk again very, very soon. See ya.